What if I told you that the next 15 minutes could completely change how your body burns fat for the entire day? What if those stubborn belly fat cells that have been clinging to your midsection for months or maybe even years could finally start melting away with just one simple morning routine? Look, I get it. You've tried everything. Endless crunches, restrictive diets, expensive supplements that promise the world but deliver nothing but disappointment and an empty wallet. But here's what nobody tells you about belly fat. It's not just about calories in versus calories out. Your belly fat is actually being protected by your hormones every single morning, and most people are unknowingly making it worse the moment they wake up. But today, I'm going to show you exactly how to flip the script and turn your morning routine into a fat-burning furnace that works 24/7. Stay with me for the next 12 minutes because I'm going to reveal 3 scientifically backed morning routines that have helped thousands of people lose belly fat faster than they ever thought possible. And the best part, you can start tomorrow morning with nothing but your own body and maybe a glass of water. Section 1, the science behind morning fat burning. Before we dive into the routines, you need to understand why mornings are absolutely crucial for belly fat loss. And it all comes down to 3 key factors that most fitness influencers completely ignore. Factor number 1, cortisol and the stress response. First, let's talk about cortisol, your body's stress hormone. Now, cortisol isn't inherently bad. In fact, it's supposed to peak in the morning to wake you up and give you energy. But here's the problem. When cortisol stays elevated due to chronic stress, poor sleep, or the wrong morning habits, it literally tells your body to store fat around your midsection. It's like having a 24/7 fat storage signal that you can't turn off. But when you manage cortisol correctly in the morning, you can actually use it to your advantage. High cortisol in the morning combined with the right activities can accelerate fat oxidation and improve your metabolic rate for the entire day. Factor number 2, insulin sensitivity window. The second factor is insulin sensitivity. After an 8 to 12 hour fast overnight, your body is in its most insulin sensitive state. This means your muscles are primed to absorb nutrients efficiently and your fat cells are more willing to release stored energy. This creates a narrow window of opportunity, usually the first 2 to 4 hours after waking, where your body is naturally programmed to burn fat for fuel. Miss this window, and you're fighting an uphill battle for the rest of the day. Factor number 3, growth hormone peak. Finally, there's growth hormone. Your growth hormone levels peak during sleep and remain elevated for the first few hours after waking. Growth hormone is one of your body's most powerful fat-burning hormones, and it has a special affinity for abdominal fat. The problem is that eating too early, drinking the wrong beverages, or doing the wrong type of exercise can crash your growth hormone levels and slam shut this fat-burning window. So now you understand why timing matters so much. Your morning routine isn't just about getting energized, it's about optimizing these 3 critical hormones to create a metabolic environment where belly fat literally cannot survive. Section 2, routine number 1, the Metabolic Ignition Protocol. Now let's get into the first routine. I call this the Metabolic Ignition Protocol, and it is designed to be done within the first 30 minutes of waking up, preferably before any food or drink except water. The 10-minute movement sequence, this isn't your typical morning workout. We're specifically targeting movements that maximize fat oxidation while preserving that growth hormone peak we talked about. Minutes 1 to 3, dynamic wake-up flow start with arm circles, 10 forward, 10 backward. This activates your lymphatic system and gets blood flowing. Next, leg swings 10 per leg, front to back, then side to side. We're literally waking up your nervous system and preparing your body for fat burning. Now, torso twist 20 total, really focusing on that core activation. And finish with gentle neck rolls. This might seem minor, but neck tension actually impacts hormone production. Minutes 4-7, core activation complex. Here's where we specifically target that belly fat. But we're not doing traditional crunches. Research shows they're actually one of the least effective AB exercises. Instead, we're doing dead bugs 8 per side. This exercise activates your deep core muscles while maintaining proper spinal alignment. The key is slow, controlled movement. You should feel this in your entire core, not just the surface muscles. Next, modified planks, but we're holding for 20 seconds, then resting for 10. Repeat it 3 times. This creates metabolic stress in your core while maintaining that fat-burning hormone profile. Finally, glute bridges 15 repetitions with a 2-second hold at the top. Your glutes are your body's largest muscle group, and activating them early creates a massive metabolic demand. Minutes 8 to 10, cardiovascular primer. Now we're going to prime your cardiovascular system without triggering a stress response. This is crucial to intense, and you'll spike cortisol in the wrong way. March in place for 30 seconds, bringing knees up to hip level. Then arm raises, reach up overhead and back down, 20 repetitions. We want to get your heart rate up to about 60 to 70% of your maximum, no higher. Finish with deep breathing, 4 counts in through your nose, hold for 2, out through your mouth for 6 counts. Do this 5 times. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and locks in those fat-burning hormones. The hydration strategy immediately after this sequence, you're going to drink 16 to 20 ounces of water. But not just any water. Add a pinch of high-quality sea salt and a squeeze of fresh lemon. The salt provides essential electrolytes that support cellular function and hormone production. The lemon provides vitamin C, which supports cortisol regulation, and citric acid, which can enhance fat oxidation. Drink this slowly over the next 15 to 20 minutes. This rehydrates your body after the overnight fast and provides the minerals your metabolism needs to function optimally. Section 3, routine number 2, the hormonal reset method. The second routine is called the hormonal reset method, and this one is perfect for people who are dealing with high stress, poor sleep, or hormonal imbalances that are making belly fat particularly stubborn. A 5-minute stress reset. This routine specifically targets cortisol regulation and nervous system balance. We start with what I call intentional breathing. This isn't just deep breathing, it's a specific pattern that triggers your body's relaxation response. Box breathing protocol, sit comfortably, feet flat on the floor, hands resting on your thighs. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. That's 1 cycle. Do this for 2 minutes straight. This pattern triggers your vagus nerve, which directly impacts cortisol production and digestive function. You should feel your heart rate slowing and your body relaxing. Gentle spinal movement. Next, we're going to do seated spinal waves. Sit tall, then slowly round your spine starting from the top of your head, vertebra by vertebra, until you're in a gentle forward fold. Then reverse the movement, stacking each vertebra back up. Do this 5 times, taking about 10 seconds per movement. This mobilizes your spine and it stimulates your nervous system in a gentle way that supports hormone balance. The strategic caffeine approach. Now, here's where this routine gets interesting. If you're a coffee drinker, this is when you can have your first cup, but we're going to optimize it for fat burning. Wait at least 90 minutes after waking before having caffeine. This prevents interference with your natural cortisol rhythm. When you do have coffee, add a tablespoon of MCT oil or high-quality coconut oil. The healthy fats slow caffeine absorption, preventing energy crashes, and they provide immediate fuel for fat burning. MCT oil is particularly effective because it's rapidly converted to ketones, which your brain and muscles can use for energy while preserving fat burning mode. Light exposure protocol. Finally, you need to get 10 to 15 minutes of natural sunlight exposure. If possible, do this outside without sunglasses. Natural light exposure, especially in the morning, regulates your circadian rhythm, which directly impacts hormone production, metabolism, and sleep quality. Poor circadian rhythm is one of the hidden causes of stubborn belly fat. If you can't get outside, sit by a large window or use a light therapy box. The key is getting at least 1,000 lux of light exposure within the first hour of waking. Section 4. Routine number 3, the fasted cardio optimization. The third routine is for those who want to incorporate fasted cardio but want to do it right. Most people completely butcher fasted cardio and end up losing muscle instead of fat. The smart fasting approach first. Let's define what we mean by fasted. You need to have gone at least 12 hours without eating and preferably 14 to 16 hours. But here's what most people get wrong. They think fasted means no calories whatsoever. Actually, you can consume up to about 50 calories without breaking your fast, and those calories should come from specific sources that enhance fat burning. Pre-workout fat, burning cocktail 15 minutes before exercise, drink this: 8 ounces of water, 5 grams of BCAAs or essential amino acids, and optionally 200 milligrams of caffeine from green tea or coffee. This provides muscle protection without shutting down fat oxidation. The optimal exercise protocol for fasted cardio to effectively target belly fat. You need to stay in what's called the fat burning zone. This is roughly 65 to 75% of your maximum heart rate. Here's how to calculate yours: 220 minus your age, then multiply by 0.65 for the low end and 0.75 for the high end. So if you're 30 years old, your fat burning zone is roughly 124 to 143 beats per minute. The 20-minute progressive protocol minutes: 1 to 5. Easy warm-up pace walking, light jogging, or cycling. Heart rate should be at the low end of your fat burning zone. Minutes 6 to 15, steady state cardio in your fat burning zone. This could be brisk walking, moderate jogging, cycling, or any activity that keeps your heart rate stable in that 65 to 75% range. Minutes 16 to 20, gradual cool down, bringing your heart rate back down slowly. This is crucial. Stopping abruptly can cause a cortisol spike that counteracts the fat-burning benefits. Post-workout optimization: immediately after your workout, you have a 30 to 45-minute window where your body is still prioritizing fat oxidation. This is when you want to break your fast, but with the right foods. Your post-workout meal should be primarily protein with minimal carbohydrates. Think eggs with spinach, Greek yogurt with berries, or a protein shake with minimal added sugars. The protein supports muscle recovery while keeping insulin levels stable. Section 5, Common Mistakes and Troubleshooting. Now, before we wrap up, I want to address the biggest mistakes I see people make with morning fat-burning routines, because these mistakes can actually make belly fat worse. Mistake number 1, too much too soon. The biggest mistake is doing too much too quickly. Your body needs time to adapt to new hormone patterns and metabolic demands. Start with just one of these routines for a full week before adding complexity. Mistake number 2, ignoring sleep quality. You cannot out-exercise poor sleep. If you're not getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, these morning routines will have minimal impact. Poor sleep disrupts every hormone we've discussed today. Mistake number 3, inconsistent timing. Your body thrives on consistency. Doing these routines at different times each day confuses your circadian rhythm and reduces their effectiveness. Pick a time and stick to it. Mistake number 4, wrong expectations. These routines work, but they're not magic. You should start noticing increased energy and better mood within a few days, improved sleep within a week, and physical changes within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent implementation. Here's what I want you to understand as we finish today. Every single morning, you have a choice. You can wake up and immediately fall into the same patterns that have kept you stuck, grabbing your phone, rushing into your day, drinking coffee on an empty stomach, and wondering why nothing changes. Or you can take back control. You can use those first precious moments of consciousness to set your body up for success, to optimize your hormones, to activate your metabolism, to literally reprogram your physiology for fat burning. The routines I've shared with you today aren't just exercises. They're tools for transformation. They're your daily opportunity to choose progress over comfort, consistency over perfection, and results over excuses. Thousands of people have used these exact protocols to finally lose that stubborn belly fat that nothing else could touch. The only question is, will you be next? Your transformation starts tomorrow morning. Not Monday. Not next week. Tomorrow. Pick one routine, just one, and commit to it for 7 days. Then come back and tell me in the comments how you feel. If this video helped you, smash that like button, subscribe for more science-based fat loss content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a strategy that could change your life. Remember, your belly fat isn't permanent. It's not genetic destiny. It's not something you have to live with forever. It's simply a problem waiting for the right solution. And now you have it. I'll see you in the next video, where we're going to talk about the biggest nutrition mistakes that are sabotaging your morning fat-burning efforts. Until then, stay consistent, stay committed, and start tomorrow strong.